Music is one of the most incredible inventions. It can change our mood and bring back long-forgotten memories. All this is caused by 7 ordinary notes and a little steel the guitar strings are made of. Coins, a modest fee for the musician, are also steel. But soon there may not be any coins. Ecologists around the world are calling for the abandonment of the hard cash, and they debunk the myth, what is usually called change. In fact, brings adverse changes for the environment. Over the past 100 years, steel has become one of the main materials of the industry, and ironically, it is the main polluter of the planet. The world annually produces over 1 billion tons of steel and 5 billion tons of toxic waste made in the production process. Ferrous metallurgy is an incredibly dirty industry. Just think, per modest quarter from your wallet, there is 5 times as much poison that gets into the air and the soil. In China and Japan, the main giants of the steel industry, the level of poisonous dust exceeds the dangerous mark by dozens of times. Frequent oncological diseases and lung lesions are considered almost ordinary here, and a mask on the face is the usual item of clothing. But will humanity be able to hide behind it forever, denying the problem? Steel has always been synonymous with strength and perseverance. It was these qualities that its inventors, the ancient Celts, possessed. As long ago as the 7th century BC, they smelted steel in coal furnaces. The bellicose tribe forged armor and weapons they were famous for. Today, steel is around us at every step to make everyday life easier and more convenient. A steel knife helps to cook dinner, and a hammer to repair broken furniture. A means of transport made of steel brings you to a desired destination. A watch with tiny steel clockwork shows you the exact time. A steel alloy is used to construct the skeletons of large structures. The most famous of them include the Eiffel Tower in Paris, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, and the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Also, traditionally, steel is used to make vehicle engines and casing, while special medical alloys are indispensable in the manufacture of jewelry and medical instruments. But before becoming a useful or beautiful thing, any object, from a needle to a spacecraft engine, must go through a long transformation. It starts here at the metallurgical plant, where the extracted iron ore arrives. There are 2 main ways of smelting steel: the basic oxygen steelmaking process and blast furnace, the classical one. The ore is ground into powder and baked, allowing excess air to escape. The air is the main enemy of strong steel. After baking, the iron powder becomes coke used to smelt cast iron in blast furnaces. Paradox. But to get rid of all the remnants of oxygen in the iron mass, steelworkers use oxygen. Then the cast iron broth is seasoned with other metals. Depending on the future use of steel, they make it viscous, elastic, or hard. The modern ferrous metallurgy produces many types of steel. Every year, they become stronger, more reliable, and more dangerous for the environment. The ferrous metallurgy is responsible for 1/4 of the world's environmental pollution. In the process of processing a ton of iron ore, 190 kilograms of slag from poisonous dust and gases goes into the atmosphere. Sulfur, manganese, lead, arsenic, and mercury. Thousands of tons of water are used daily to cool equipment in steel mills. Contaminated with heavy metals, it enters open water and soil, killing all life in them. The images from space showed a toxic plume can spread along the water from the source of pollution for dozens of kilometers. A decade ago, metallurgy experts called the situation a dead end. And they explained, to fight pollution from the iron and steel industry, they need huge money. But in the face of a worldwide environmental disaster, the giants of metallurgy switched to the basic oxygen steelmaking process. It is more economically and environmentally friendly, as the primary raw material here is scrap metal. Such steel is in no way inferior in quality to the one made in a blast furnace, and its production is 3 times faster. In addition, new, reduced standards of slag discharges into the environment have been approved. The plants are installing smart filtration systems and modern closed cycles for metal processing. The wastewater is used many times, and the heat of giant furnaces warms entire residential areas. But preserving the natural balance does not only concern big factories. Each of us can make a contribution to the right use of steel. For example, to return the tradition to scrap metal, which is almost forgotten. And whatever steel can be replaced by something else, do without it. Try that. You might like it.